Okay, so there is a new trailer for Lord of the Rings. It's called The Ring of Power. So I haven't seen a Lord of the Rings movie in a very long time. I mean, it's pretty much been extinct from pop culture for the last 10 years. And they're making a new one. I'm not sure if this is a TV show, I'm not sure if this is a movie or whatever, but let's watch it.
We thought the war, at last, was ended.
Today are days of peace.
That looks so fake. That looks so fake. Oh my god, that green screen. This green screen. What is this? What is this mountain? It's not even up to scale. Oh my god, bro. It looks like a film student made this set. But whatever, I'll let it pass.
We thought our joys would be unending. We thought our light would never dim.
These special effects are not good. Look at these birds. Let me zoom in on these birds. Where's the zoom button? Oh, I can't zoom in anymore, dang. Yeah, look at these birds, man. Like, imagine watching this and, like, trying to trick your brain into thinking this looks real. This is the most cartoony Lord of the Rings ever. Now, it's artistic, yes, but it just looks cartoony. There's a fine line between artistic, like the movie 300, it was artistic, but this just looks corny and fake. Okay, there's a fine line, there's a fine difference between artistic and just looking cartoony and cheap and corny.
The skies are strange.
Oh. Just whispering. I guess that's acting now. Just whispering into a microphone. This is the end. Like, what? Who wants to listen to that? Who wants to listen to somebody whisper into a microphone and call it acting for 3 hours? And it says Prime Video because Disney Plus is competing with Netflix, and Prime Video is competing with Disney Plus. And it's just these crappy, cheap movies. I mean, 100 years from now, people will look down at this time period of filmmaking and say, wow, what a mess. They were just cranking out movies nonstop trying to, quote unquote, compete. And it's just the most terrible movies that's ever been made. Especially Netflix. Netflix is just garbage. Disney Plus, it has some classic movies that they reposted on their platform, which is okay, I guess. But Prime Video, really? People are actually paying for this? Lord of the Rings, you brought that out of the dead, an already deceased franchise, and you're bringing it out of the dead to make some crappy blue screen garbage? Like, come on.
Strange.
It is here, Galadriel. The moment we feared.
Now notice it says based on. It says based on. So it's not going to be in the actual canon. It says based on. So if you think this is actually going to fit into the story you've been watching for the last 20 years, you are mistaken. It's going to be based on, loosely based on. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. It just means they can do whatever they want with the story without having to fit it in with anything else.
Galadriel, The moment we feared.
Evil does not sleep. It waits.
Beyond the darkness.
That doesn't make any sense. That makes Evil does not sleep, it waits. Wow, how profound. Genius story writing. Genius.
Tempting shadow to bury us all beneath the mountain.
He has not one name, but many.
Why do they keep whispering? Why is everybody whispering? Like, could you imagine watching this in theaters or whatever, your home theater, and they're just whispering and you can barely hear what they're saying? You gotta turn on the subtitles. Like, if I didn't have the subtitles on, I wouldn't be able to hear them. I wouldn't. It's just that bad. Like, stop whispering in your movies thinking it's epic, because your audience can't even hear what your characters are saying. That's a huge mess up.
Have you heard of him, lad? Have you heard of Sauron?
If the evil rising is left unchecked, it will take us all.
No, I've watched the first three Lord of the Rings movies, and I don't recognize any of these characters. I do not recognize any of these, like, settings, any of these characters besides Sauron. And this doesn't feel like Lord of the Rings. It just feels like a cliche fantasy movie. The set pieces aren't on par with Lord of the Rings. It doesn't feel like it's directed in the style of Lord of the Rings. It doesn't feel like it's up to the quality of Lord of the Rings. Oh, I'm not even a Lord of the Rings fan for the classical movies, but these are just miles ahead. Like, Lord of the Rings was made 20 years ago. It took like 10 months just to render one scene back then in like the early 2000s. Now we can render scenes in like 10 seconds. And this is the best they can come up with? Really? This is the best. Just a little tiny set with CGI water, CGI boat, CGI background, CGI wooden tent. Okay, and I'm just sick of it. CGI balls of rocks? Like, I'm just sick of it, man. My eyes can't take it. Like, could you imagine watching this every single day? Like, how you'd have to turn off your brain so much where you don't even know how to distinguish movies from reality. Like, my brain is just flaring. Like, the alarm bells are ringing, just telling me it's fake. It's all fake.
Find the light, and the shadow will not find you.
Another whistle. Oh, wow. What is that? The KKK? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is where we have it. This is where Could you imagine just being so out of touch? You design a character like this with pointy hats. Oh wow, nobody's gonna notice. That looks like the KKK. Really? Really?
Together we can survive this. Fight with me.
It's too CGI heavy. It's way too CGI heavy.
Together we can survive this.
Fight with me.
Like, it's like you can notice that the actors are confined to a little tiny area. They're just confined. Because you know all this past like 10 feet behind the actors, it's just all blue screen. It's all blue screen. They're just confined. Like, it's just restricted. Okay, we're going to have this. Past this is like blue screen. You can just tell.
Each of us must decide who we shall be.
There can be no trust between hammer and rock. Eventually, one or the other must surely break.
Oh my god. I can't take it. I can't take it. So this has 372,000 dislikes and only 82,000 likes. So let me contribute to that. So that is a huge dislike rate. That is a huge dislike rate. So obviously people don't like this. Every time Treebeard says I'm Groot, always gets me deep in the feels, never ever gets old for me. When Gandalf shouted, "At the Ents, run Forest run," truly epic masterclass in writing. So people are upset with this movie, obviously, or show or series, exclusive series on Prime Video, and they don't like it. People have had enough of all these pay to play movies where you used to have cable and you used to have access to thousands of good TV shows. You just pay a one-time payment and you have access to thousands of different shows. Now you gotta pay for each individual brand. You gotta pay for Disney Plus. You gotta pay for Prime Video. You gotta pay for Netflix. All these little corporations, each with their own little studios, their own little set pieces, their own little collection of franchises. You gotta pay for each one of them. And you gotta pay an absurd price. More than cable. More than anything. More than your internet bill. You gotta pay for these Netflixes and these Disney Pluses. People have had enough. They've had enough. Stop dangling a carrot over our noses. That's what we want. So let me read a random comment. That moment when Galdariel speaks to all the races and says, "I have a dream." Oh my God, that's so powerful, so brave. It brings tears to my... So they're making fun of the writing. So it's not just me. It's not just me. Okay, this was my first time viewing this trailer. I have no idea what this is about. I've watched a 3-minute trailer. I have no idea what this is about. Zero idea. They just slapped on the Lord of the Rings logo, tried to mimic the art style, and they think, oh, okay, we're about to make money. We don't have to put effort into our writing, our storytelling, our characters. No. We're just going to make money off this brand name. So yeah, if you like the video, subscribe, like, comment, whatever. I'll see you guys next video.